process by which organisms, of course, obtain and utilize nutrients for growth and life processes. Moving on, organisms that manufacture their own food, organic food from inorganic substance, are called autotrophs. Autotrophs. All right. Moving on, the major source of energy for photosynthetic organism is sunlight. That is where they derive their energy from. Which of the following is an autotrophic mode of nutrition? We have the photosynthetic nutrition. Heterotrophic organisms obtain their food primarily by obtaining organic substance from other organisms. Which of the following is an example of a holozoic organism? We have Amoeba. Alright. An organism that obtains nutrients from dead organic matter is described as saprophytic. Saprophytic. Okay. A parasite obtains nutrients from a living host. A living host. Photosynthesis is the process by which green plants convert light energy into chemical energy. The principal pigment involved in photosynthesis is chlorophyll. Photosynthesis takes place mainly in the chloroplast. Okay. The raw materials required for photosynthesis are mainly carbon dioxide and water. The oxygen released during photosynthesis is derived mainly from water. Please take note. The light-dependent reaction, light-dependent, which means it needs light, of photosynthesis occurs mainly in the thylakoid membrane. The light independent, that is dark, reactions occurs mainly in the stroma. The light reactions of photosynthesis directly requires light energy, as sun. ATP and NADPH produced during the light dependent reactions are used mainly during the light independent reaction. They are used for the dark. The Calvin cycle is associated with the dark stage, that's light independent. The major carbohydrate produced through photosynthesis is glucose. Which factor directly provides the carbon used in carbohydrate synthesis during photosynthesis? Carbon dioxide. A decrease in light intensity will generally reduce the rate of photosynthesis because less light. Oh, where is that question? I think 120. Okay, less light is available. Which of the following is not required as a raw material for photosynthesis? Of course, oxygen. Oxygen is the byproduct. Cellular respiration is primarily concerned with the production of ATP from rich energy substance. The first stage of cellular respiration is glycolysis. Glycolysis occurs in the cytoplasm. I've said this before. The principal substrate broken down during glycolysis is glucose. The end product of glycolysis is pyruvate. Under aerobic condition, pyruvate is converted to acetyl-CoA. The Krebs cycle takes place mainly in the mitochondrial matrix. The electron transport chain of aerobic respiration is located mainly in the inner mitochondrial membrane. The final electron acceptor in aerobic respiration is oxygen. Okay. Aerobic respiration differs from anaerobic respiration because aerobic respiration requires oxygen. Anaerobic respiration occurs in the absence or insufficient availability of oxygen. In alcoholic fermentation, pyruvate is ultimately converted to ethanol and carbon dioxide. The major energy-rich molecule produced during cellular respiration is ATP. You can see we have answered two questions that the answer is ATP, but different questions. You can see which sequence correctly represents the major stages of aerobic respiration. So we have the glycolysis first, then we have Krebs cycle, then we have the ETC, that's electron transport chain. The transport of water and mineral salts in the vascular tissue is mainly carried out by, you can see the questions coming back again, xylem. The transport of manufactured food, phloem. You can see the first one was sugar. I said something about sugar or glucose. And the second one is manufactured food. You can see different questions with the same answer. Okay, just take note of them. The upward movement of water through the xylem is commonly known as, when you see water, just know it's transpiration. Then food is known as translocation. Okay, 140. Transpiration is the loss of water vapor, mainly from the area part of the plant. Okay, the tiny pores through which much of the gaseous exchange and transpiration in leaves occurs is known as the stomata. The movement of manufactured food from the source tissues to sink tissues is known as translocation. An open circulatory system is one in which circulating fluids is released into blood vessels. It means that there's nothing like a body spaces, which means that there's nothing like a blood vessel. We have blood vessels, we have artery, we have vein, we have capillaries, blood inside. Okay, but in an open circulatory system, it's just there. The blood just flows. It just flows. All right, moving on. In a closed circulatory system, blood remains within the system of the blood vessels. You can see that's just the difference. Which of the following animal possesses an open circulatory system? We have the cockroach. All right. 46. Which of the following animals possesses a closed circulatory system? We have the earthworm. 147. Excretion is the process by which organisms remove metabolic waste products from the body. The principal nitrogenous excretory product of many aquatic animals is ammonia. Alright, so moving on, mammals primarily excrete nitrogenous waste in the form of urea, uric acid. Take note of that. Uric acid is a major nitrogenous waste product in many. Oh, I've said the answer already. Right, so I've come to the end of 150 revision questions. So with this, you can say you are prepared for your BIO111 exam. So if you have watched this video to this point and you have not subscribed to my channel yet, so please do well to hit the subscription button. This is just an avenue to tell me thank you. This is the only way you can tell me thank you, by hitting the subscription button. And please do not forget to share this video with your friends, with your classmates. See you on the other side. Success in your upcoming examination. Bye for now.